morning. Welcome, Australia. You're on the spot on Power TV Australia. I'm Barry. I have a guest with me this morning from the Toowoomba Surat Basin Enterprise. Stacey Burrell, welcome to On the Spot.
Thank you for having me.
Stacey, tell us, what is, now a lot of people call it TSBE or TSBE.
Yep.
What is TSBE?
Well, look, we're an independent economic development organisation, and yes, a lot of people refer to us as TSBE. I always say TSBE, just in case you go to Google us, of course.
I've always done that too.
But no, TSBE, as we're affectionately known, we're an economic development organisation focused in Toowoomba, but also working in the Western Downs and Maranoa regions. So we've been established to essentially be the go-to organisation that links businesses with opportunity to create sustainable growth and diversity for the region. Okay, now I was going to say to you, what you said you're an economic development organisation. What does that mean? Certainly. So look, what we do at TSBE is we help businesses to grow. We attract investment to the region. So that's both international, but also helping our national businesses and local businesses expand. And of course, the all-important piece of advocacy, which for us is all about infrastructure investment and really making sure that our region doesn't miss out on valuable resources from all levels of government and private investment, of course, to see that enabling infrastructure, things like the inland rail and the second range crossing and so on, making sure that they happen for our region. Okay. And how long has TSBE been around for? Certainly. So TSBE has been around for about 7 years. We have a really interesting backstory in that we were an organisation that has really come about to fill a need in the community. Prior to us being established, there was a group that set about to measure, I guess, how the region could grow and perhaps to investigate why we had missed out on some significant infrastructure funding over the years. For example, one of the findings of this early committee was that Toowoomba had missed out on $60 billion worth of infrastructure funding over 20 years. So, you look at a need like that and straight away the committee had to investigate, why is it that we were missing out on our fair share of this funding. And of course, one of the things was that there wasn't at the time an independent voice really advocating for the region. And that's essentially why we were established initially. Okay. And what's your role with TSBE? So I've been with TSBE since the very beginning. So we're actually a merged organisation. In the very early days, we were set up as the Toowoomba Regional Enterprise, and at the same time there was a Surat Basin Corporation that existed. And really the two formed similar roles in that they both wanted to assist business. Part of our structure is that we have a membership of companies that we service. Certainly couldn't set out to service 16,000 plus businesses that exist in our area. So the mechanism that we devised to help us I guess invest our energies and be a sustainable organisation was to work with businesses who joined our organisation. So we have about 500 members now, and that's really grown over the last 7 years, as you can imagine. And what we do is, with our expanded footprint, thanks to that early merger of the Surat Basin Corporation, we work with businesses from Toowoomba, Western Downs, Maranoa, and anyone doing business in the area to help them grow and get more work and more opportunities. So, so my role in the organisation, to get back to your earlier question, has been varied. I started off in the marketing area and still very much involved in that. But as we've grown and I've had the opportunity to hire a team, we've got an events person, we've got an in-house journalist that helps our members get some great exposure in the media, also helps us get our advocacy message out there. We've got absolutely fantastic sort of support team internally that really help us do what we do. My new role, which I've just moved into, is one of operations. So being a small not-for-profit organisation, we're a lean team of 10. My new role is all about creating efficiencies and improving our workflows so that we can use our revenue as responsibly as possible to get the most impact out of what we do as an organisation.
Now, you mentioned before that you started off as a business enterprise. There are lots of those around the country, but I think TSBE is probably unique in its form, is it not?
Yeah, definitely. So we pride ourselves in being a leading organisation of our kind, and as you say, we're very different to a lot of business organisations or progress organisations in that we do have a membership structure that underpins a lot of the economic development work we do. We're lucky to get support from the regional councils, so particularly the Toowoomba Regional Council, which very much enables us to deliver on obviously some key outcomes that they seek from us for this region, but also we work with the Western Downs, Maranoa regions and South Burnett as well. So we have a wide footprint, which is probably the key point of difference to some other organisations who perhaps choose to focus in on just one area. We like to blend the strengths of our surrounding regions to, we're stronger together, is what we always say. So,
yes, right. Yeah. Yes, that's very true. And what sort of things do you do for businesses? You mentioned events and things, and I've been to some of your events before. Tell us a little bit about the sorts of things that you do and what their purpose is.
Yeah, definitely. So look, we have a 7-tier membership structure. So we don't charge our members based on how big their organisation is or how many staff they employ. We charge them based on what services they want from us. So at each of our different membership levels, we offer an increasing amount of membership services and exclusivity, as you can appreciate, levels of recognition and support. So at our entry level, of course, you come along to all of our events at a member rate, which offers quite a saving over the year, particularly if you're a frequent attender like yourself. But of course, our events are our centrepiece, the jewel in the crown, I suppose.
Yes.
Then our targeted introductions from sort of our bronze and above members, that's where we start to get to know our member businesses a lot more in depth and see how we can create some valuable connections in the group that have led to some really great tender announcements for a number of our members. So we pride ourselves in working within the supply chain of the region, so major infrastructure projects and resources, making sure that the contractors know who to talk to in the supply chain, whether it's the lead proponent or perhaps one of those tier 1 or tier 2 sort of levels. It all comes down to what their strengths are as an organisation and their capabilities, and we just basically give light to that and make sure that proponents and those following through in the supply chain are aware of what our local companies are capable of and can do, and that's amazing. There's a number of really impressive Toowoomba and regional businesses in this area who you just have to tell their story, and it's amazing the support they can end up getting in these really big multinational organisation sort of projects. So it's an awareness exercise for us, and we help our members get in front of the right people to grasp those opportunities. So agriculture for our region is obviously one of the leading industries. It's also a great area for increased opportunity thanks to infrastructure like the airport. We've got a weekly freight flight that takes product from Toowoomba into Hong Kong, and it's our produce is very much in demand in Asia, and this is something that's really accessible now to aspiring exporters and exporters in the region. So for us, it's a matter of, again, connecting the dots. So in agriculture, it's about helping companies get export ready and being made aware of the opportunities and perhaps some of the challenges they may need to address before they can be export ready. So we do work with those businesses, but also there's a number of domestic opportunities as well, which we're certainly helping connect the members together to make those a reality as well.
Yeah, good. I'm aware of what you do with exporting. I get your information quite frequently, and of course, as an internet television station, we export as well because we have a worldwide audience. So we've got a lot of viewers in Brazil. Yeah, our cricket, indoor cricket particularly. In Brazil we have lots and lots of people that watch us in Brazil, which is really interesting.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to take a break now. When we come back from the break, I'm going to talk to Stacey about some of the things that have developed just recently, a new publication that's coming out. We'll chat about that in a minute. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Playing indoor netball, cricket, soccer, dodgeball and volleyball is a great way to keep fit and catch up with friends, and the place to go and play any or all of these sports is Action Indoor Sports. There are competitions for juniors and adults of all levels of ability, from beginners to the most experienced. Action Indoor Sports is home to Inflatable World, an inflatable theme park for all ages, and new and coming soon, indoor softball. Go and see for yourself. Action Indoor Sports is located at 31 Spencer Street, Toowoomba. Check out the website toowoombaindoorsports.com or phone 46359999.
K&R Plumbing Supplies. It's all about service. Our fully trained showroom consultants will take the time to show you the latest products and designs. K&R Plumbing Supplies. It's all about the service with competitive prices.
Too much debt? Fixed. Too much stress? Fixed. Too many hassles? Fixed. Central Liaison has helped thousands of Australians with too much debt. You have options, so call today on 0409 344 070.
Here at Garden City Tyre Plus, we have one of Toowoomba's best range of wheels and tyres. But there's more. We also have a fully equipped mechanical workshop ready to service and repair your car or off-roader to keep you on the move. Make Garden City Tyre Plus your first choice. Neil Street, Toowoomba.
Break out the popcorn, sweets and drinks Sunday night at the movies. Latest released movies here on our movie channel on Power TV Australia, brought to you in conjunction with Lima Films.
Go grab my stuff, and I'll take you home.
I want to go on my own with a little bit of self-respect and a little bit of dignity.
Sunday night at the movie. Every Sunday night, 7 p.m. on the movie channel on Power TV Australia. Welcome back to On the Spot. I am with Stacey Burrell today from the Toowoomba Surat Basin Enterprise, TSBE, and we're talking about the things that TSBE does in the Toowoomba region. And Stacey, you have a new project that's come through. I got information about it on my email the other day. Tell us about, now this is it here, correct?
Yes, yeah.
What is Toowoomba Live?
Yeah, so to live Toowoomba is our...
to live Toowoomba.
That's okay, you're not the first one to make that mistake.
Oh,
and
right.
Honestly, it's a document that this is the second version we've done. It came about through talking to businesses in the region and trying to understand what the issues and impediments to their growth were in the area.
Okay.
And we're pretty privileged in Toowoomba to have a very low unemployment rate. Unfortunately, the implications of that are that it can be challenging for businesses to get staff and to get the right people.
Indeed.
So this was really born out of essentially meeting that need and creating a resource that really sells the region to people who might be looking to relocate. And what it does is it provides a one-stop shop for essentially everything you'd need to know if you were considering a relocation to Toowoomba.
Ah.
So look, it's a document that will generally be seen by about 40,000 people per annum. We do it electronically. We have a website that it's shared on called livetoowoomba.com.au, and we also of course share it to our members and recruiters and anyone that's looking to bring someone in from the region who would love a resource to give them that really sells the area. Because one of the key reasons we love living here, and I love living here, is because of all the amenities we get to enjoy and the lifestyle that comes along with that, of course, of being a bit regional. So, the 10-minute commute to work is a big one. Certainly you tell anyone from Sydney or Melbourne or even Brisbane about that and they're instantly jealous. And I think what we can complement that with is a range of really great career opportunities, emerging industries, and certainly competitive, remuneration packages and things. There's some big organisations that are looking for the right person, software developers and so on, who would be doing their career a huge service by moving to the area, but also improving their lifestyle. We've got some of the best schools in the country, if not the best, and certainly a range of lifestyle options to really rival any university, to rival any sort of metropolitan area. So it's about articulating that in a publication that really sells the area, and we have feature stories about some of the people who have moved to the region, as well as blurbs on the real estate market and things to look out for in the region, things to do, our growing laneway culture that we're getting to enjoy at the moment. Our
Walton's is wonderful, isn't it?
It is. It's great. So I mean, that development's just one example of the really competitive lifestyle offering that we have in Toowoomba now, which a few years ago was just only starting, and we're really hitting our strides, and we're going through a big period of growth. Now it's just about making sure we have the best and brightest relocating here to fill some of the positions, and there's plenty of opportunity here to be had. We've got to hope that we have some television people relocating here so that we can grow in the area. I don't know. We have some pretty qualified people already, but there are opportunities, and we are growing. So there's more positions than what we can fill at the moment. And this magazine just, I guess, gives people another tool to use to bring people to the region, and new businesses as well. So I mentioned before that we do a lot of investment attraction, and it's really handy to have a publication that I suppose an investor can look at and really understand the area as well, and know that they will be able to attract staff here because it is just such an attractive place to live. Now, we're not only stopping at Toowoomba. In the coming months, we'll also be doing an edition for the Western Downs. Yes, so for that region as well, promoting
and when's this due out?
So this will be out in December, and very much we've got a sort of a distribution strategy into next year as well. So everything from having it available in local hotels, information centres, of course online, through the council and a number of our other partners, just to make sure that it is an accessible resource and well read. Is this designed just for people outside of Toowoomba that are wanting to come here, or is it designed for who's your target audience? Look, great question. Our target audience is certainly not just people outside of the region. I think sometimes there is a residual perception in Toowoomba by some where they're perhaps not aware of quite how good we have it here, and that it is a region to be celebrated. So the market is certainly, anyone will enjoy reading this document. We've designed it in such a way that has lots of really interesting stories, things to do in the region and highlights. However, our key focus is certainly on attracting people here and investors as well. So. Okay, that's out later in the year. How will people know when they can get a hold of that? Yeah, look, certainly we have a mailing list, so we always recommend people to hop on board our website, so tsbe.com.au, and sign up to receive our emails. But just go to your local information centre in the region and you'll be able to grab a copy as well. certainly just give us a call. We can send a version out to you as well if that's of interest. And I have to do a shout out. A lot of the sponsors in the document have really enabled us to develop it and print it. So a lot of our members, you'll see throughout the document advertisements from them, and our members, honestly, they help us do pretty much everything that we do. We wouldn't be able to be successful without the support of the council and all of our members. So there's some great advertisers in there that are supporting the document and will help us print plenty of copies and get this out to everyone who needs to read it.
Terrific, terrific. Well, you'll be interested to know that while I grew up in Toowoomba, I was away from Toowoomba for a long time, and one of the reasons I came back was because I had contact with Shane.
Oh, there you go.
And he and I were chatting, and I said to him one day, Shane, is it really worth my moving all the way from Townsville to Toowoomba, and should I be testing the waters? And he wrote back to me and he said to me, no, just do it.
Sounds like Shane, but it's very good advice.
so it was TSBE that brought us back to Toowoomba ultimately. So okay, now we're going to take another break now. When we come back, I'm going to talk to Stacey about the future of TSBE and how you can get involved. This is Barry on the Spot. I'm with Stacey Burrell from TSBE. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Hi, I'm Neil from CGD Group, and we do printing with imagination. Our products and imaging have that wow factor. Whether it be business cards, flyers, the Coffee Gazette, or our brand new A5 video folders and animation. Have your business branding remembered. Call us today on 4639 5553. CGD Group, printing with imagination.
Whether you're a professional musician, a weekend warrior, or just starting out, you need to talk to the experts at Royce Music. With over 35 years experience, Royce, Toowoomba's oldest music store, specialise in guitars, drums and sound equipment, and can even repair and maintain your equipment. Call them today on 46 327 377, drop into their showroom at 17 Bowen Street, or find them on Facebook. Royce Music, selling Toowoomba's finest musical instruments.
Hi, this is Mick Jagger on
Classic Vinyl.
This is Debbie Arrow from Blondie.
This is Jimmy Barnes here.
Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac.
This is Reppin' with a G from ZZ Top.
The best tracks from the greatest albums of our generation.
That's right.
From your breakfast and coffee to your drive home.
We've got the classic hits that make your workday,
when you got a job to do,
go by a lot faster.
Hey, if we haven't said it lately, thanks for listening.
The home of classic rock.
Don't touch the dial.
PowerFMradio.com.au.
Well, welcome along to My Music. I'm Jeff Black. Let me tell you about the T-Bird Diner. Well, just over here, we've got a Ford custom line that's crashed through the wall. Next episode on My Music on Power TV Australia. I'll see you then.
Welcome back to On the Spot. Again, this is Barry, and I'm with Stacey Burrell from TSBE. Stacey, there are a lot of people out there who will be watching this. We have a quite wide viewing audience all the way down to Victoria and Geelong, and as I mentioned before, Brazil. So this will get out to a lot of people, and I'm sure that there'll be people interested in this magazine. How do people get in touch with TSBE?
Definitely. So a few ways to get in touch. Of course, you can always pick up the phone.
What's the phone number?
4639 4600.
So
for those calling out of state, it's obviously +61 07 4639 4600. But easiest probably best point of contact is just to hop online to our website, so www.tsbe.com.au, and all of our contact details, my mobile, direct emails, everything is available there for anyone who wants to engage and have a chat.
Okay. Well, now those details are on the screen there for people to see. Now, tell us about membership.
So look, Barry, as I said before, we do have a number of tiers in our membership, so 7 tiers, and it really does come down to the individual company and what their needs are in the region and from us. So everything from a $770 annual membership right the way through to, you name it, but $33,000 and plus, really comes down to what the organisation's looking for from us.
And if I take out a $770 membership, what do I get for that?
Certainly. So obviously you get all of our information, access to our events. We have, of course, membership prices for things, so you save quite a bit of money over the course of the year, and really it's a great networking tool. We like to say that entry-level membership just gets you in, gets you part of the action, so to speak. And it's a really great starting point for any business unsure of perhaps what the future might hold for them in the region as well. Great entry point, and we can always talk to them further if they start to want a bit more personalised service. So you'll get access to our information, events, and certainly networking at our functions.
Right.
We make sure all of our members get the attendee list prior to events when they're coming along, so they can make the most of the networking opportunities at the events.
Right.
But look, that's probably the primary benefit. A bit of exposure, of course, on our website through our membership directory.
Right.
You really just become visible, a visible part of the network, and then, depending on how much more exposure you want, we can talk to people about that as well.
And for somebody that wants to have your personal input to help them grow and connect them with other businesses, what's that going to cost them?
Oh, look, our bronze and above membership levels are perfect for that. So really probably need to have a discussion with the business and make sure that there is a business case for them in coming on board at that level. We certainly don't join you up if you're not going to benefit proportionately to your investment. So, but look, $2,500 is that bronze and above membership level. But it's about more than the money. It's about leveraging us and us being able to connect people to opportunities. Of course, for some businesses, getting that early awareness of a new tender or perhaps an export opportunity. It's also about the linkages with others in the network as well. We've seen a number of successful joint ventures and things spring up out of relationships that are born in our network. So really, I'd be talking to any business person who's interested in growing their business in the region and telling them to come along to an event, have a discussion with us about membership, and find out what level is actually right for you and your needs. Okay.
Now, Stacey, the organisation's been going for 7 years, I think you said now. What's the future for TSBE?
Look, so the future for us, of course, is always about more growth and more exposure for our area. We are passionate about telling our story to the rest of Australia and the world.
Yes.
So, for example, last financial year, we reached out to 3.5 million people with our message through our various communication channels, and opportunities like this just form yet another opportunity for us to get our story out there and let people know what's happening in the area. We're seeing our economy grow. So a recent study by the Regional Australia Institute done on economic modelling showed that our region was going to double its economy by 2030. So that's a $10 billion growth. And that is an optimistic scenario, but the pessimistic scenario is still over $8 billion of growth in this area. So it really is.
To be sneezed at.
No, it's not, is it? So it's a really good opportunity to be looking or time to be looking at where your organisation is going to be and perhaps how we can help you get there as well. There's a lot of investment. TSBE puts together a development status report each year, which really measures what investment is coming into the region at various stages. So we look at everything from when a project is proposed right the way through to completion. And the last study we did showed $13 billion worth of investment in that pipeline.
Right.
So the developments that are going on here at the moment are considerable. There's a lot of confidence in the region. So, for example, QIC, who of course were the firm behind the Grand Central expansion, so that's a $500 million shopping centre overhaul that they've done, linking two of our shopping centres together and expanding the floor space considerably. We've also attracted.
It's not hard to get lost in there, is it?
Gosh, you get your 10,000 steps. I'll tell you that, Barry.
Yes.
So look, it's I suppose confidence like that from large companies setting up and establishing in the region that really tell the real story as to what's going on in Toowoomba, and we should have another update of that development status report soon. It's one of our projects that we're going through at the moment, and of course, food processing is another area TSBE is very keen to support.
Okay.
We know that the two areas in our region that are going to help accelerate that growth further are our transport and logistics and our agribusiness. So we know that through creating more value-adding opportunities for local food manufacturers, food producers, that's going to help us grow. And we're a perfect logistics hub here in Toowoomba. So projects like the Inland Rail, Interlink SQ's intermodal facility, the Wellcamp Airport, projects even like the Pulse Data Centre, they all form opportunities for transport and logistics and technology companies to establish here, and the future is very bright. All right. Thank you very much for coming on. I hope that you will get some value out of this with a rush of membership maybe. So thank you for your time. Thank you, Barry.
This has been Barry on the spot for Power TV Australia. I've been with Stacey Burrell from Toowoomba Surat Basin Enterprise, and we'll put the website and the contact details on the screen again for you. Until next week, this is Barry for Power TV Australia. Bye bye.